What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trey.
Who the f is that guy?
Back at it with another video.
Another one.
In this one, we're gonna dig back into this interview between Tim Miller and Saget and Jetty. So Tim Miller from the Bulwark and Saget, who is from Breaking Points. Now, these are both independent media that I follow on the regular, and I thought this interview was pretty interesting. In this clip, we're going to be going over, they're going to be talking about how we pulled the battery from South Korea in order to bring it to the Middle East to assist with the Iran strikes and being able to counter drones and things of that nature. They're going to get into that. They're going to get into a conversation about munitions. They're also going to just go over our munition status. And I think it's interesting once you really take into consideration Patriot missiles, for instance, cost $4 million a pop, right? And I'm not going to spoil the entire video, but I think that's a key point to provide y'all with. Patriot missiles cost $4 million a pop. We've been providing them to Ukraine for the Ukraine-Russia conflict, and now we've been using them in this conflict. So think about that as they begin to talk about the status and what's been going on for the past couple of weeks. Now, without further ado, let's get into it.
What these are, these missile interceptors, in order to deter North Korea.
There's some mixed reports on this that they're like that it's not the entire system that is being taken, but just some elements of it. But even
I'm not claiming that we took the entire system out. I just said the interceptors. The radar is still there, which is what the Chinese are really concerned about. But then why is it a political crisis right now in Korea? The front page of the Korea Herald, literally today, is saying, can America defend us? And the Prime Minister said, the President, I apologize, said, I oppose this decision. You are already watching munitions from the entire Indo-Pacific, not just South Korea, because that was the second part of that report, is that Patriot missile batteries from all across the Indo-Pacific are being taken back to the Middle East, which shows you the exact shortage that people like me were warning about. This is why I advocate for a policy of restraint. I don't think that, the vast swaths of the American empire are doing us any good. That's why I'm never supported.
So there's a couple of things that he went over in there that I want to address, right? So first off, South Korea is saying like, hey, can America even defend us? So we've already taken this battery. So their defensive weapons are severely hindered by the fact that we took that from them, right? To go fight a war somewhere else. So a lot of people are talking about, oh, this could be the potential for World War III and things of that nature. And I don't know if we're at that point yet. I'm not willing to jump to that conclusion. But what I will say is taking that battery from South Korea, it's a known thing, right? So North Korea knows the battery's no longer there. So what if North Korea decides to attack? What are we going to do? And that's kind of what Saget was leading to. If North Korea realizes like, hey, this is the perfect opportunity to launch an attack on South Korea, who's going to help them? And what's going to happen to South Korea? Because let's face it, the proximity of North Korea and South Korea is so close, and the way they're structured and their munitions are structured, and the capability that both of them have is, as soon as one person decides to attack, somebody's getting fucked up, like, period. Like, as soon as somebody decides to launch an attack, it's all hell's gonna break loose in that area, and we're busy elsewhere. So who's gonna come to their aid and who can defend them?
Funding the war in Ukraine. We did not have the munition stockpile or capacity, and it's not that important to the United. In fact, it's less important than Israel. And I'm here sitting this entire case around Israel and Iran. And so it's shocking actually to watch this entire stockpile get depleted, which was so foreseeable. For people who don't know, the situation is dire. So in the 12-day war, just in the 12-day war, the United States spent 25% of its THAAD interceptor stockpile in just 12 days. God only knows what that number is right now. God only knows. But that 25% was 150 interceptors.
So think about that. He said in the 12-day war, we used 25% of our stockpile. 12-day war, 25% of the stockpile. I think the other day, Secretary Hegseth was saying something along the lines of we've attacked 15,000 targets. My math might be off. I might be misremembering how many targets. 12-day war, 25% our reserve, and 15,000 targets hit. Now, I don't know. Between us and Israel, I don't know how many of those targets were our munitions, how many were theirs. But I know in that 12-day war, we didn't hit 15,000 targets. So I'm curious to know where we stand on munitions. And I'm willing, me personally, the way I run the numbers in my head, it makes sense on why we would be upset that, for instance, the UK didn't immediately offer up support as we requested. We don't got time for people to be playing slow. Like, hey, hurry the fuck up. Like, you either get down or lay down. That's the kind of mantra that we're going off of right now. So when Trump responded to them, like, yeah, they were playing it too cute. They were waiting too long. We don't want their support anymore. It's kind of telling, because if we're really winning this war to the extent that our administration is telling us, why the fuck we care about what Britain is or isn't doing and what they're providing? We're fucking winning. What do we care about them for? But if we're running low on munitions, or getting to a point to where we're running low on munitions, I could see it being an issue then. Saga's about to get into another part. We don't really have a lot of money and the ability to create more. So we're blowing our load as far as munitions are concerned on this conflict, war, whatever you want to call it. And then what?
Do you want to know how many we acquired in 2025? 15. 12 the year before. It's a crisis. It's a crisis that money can't even solve. We have an entire downstream production problem. There's chemicals that are involved, munitions. Our entire industrial base, not only defense, but like broadly, is catastrophic. And this is why I've just said we need to acknowledge the problems of the Iraq War, which, is foundational really to my worldview, which I think really destroyed this country. And we need to acknowledge that we're no longer living in some unipolar fantasy moment. And, personally thought that that's what a lot of the people who were working the Trump administration thought too, and so that's why it's especially galling, shocking, betrayal. We can use all the different adjectives.
Let's go to that.
So look, you heard it from him, man. Like, that's the end of this one. You can believe the administration, everything that they're telling us. I'm skeptical. I'll believe that we've won when I see it. This is not gonna be like cut and dried like everybody's making it seem. Like these munitions, these missiles that we're using are expensive. Not cheap. $4 million a pop. 12 in 2025. What did he say? 15 the year prior. Obviously, this year's just getting started, so who knows how many we're gonna have. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all feel comfortable, confident that we're in a good space and that everything is business as usual? Or are you concerned? Yeah, but that's all I got for you. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.
Hype me up.
And until next time, I'll holla at you.